I believe we are live. I think so. Anyway, it's always good to test the audio. Everything works until sometimes you start actually doing something and then something goes down. So let me know about the volume. I'm testing a bunch of stuff, new mic, new camera to see how everything looks, a new studio. So just type in something to let me know whether you can hear me, see me, and all the good stuff. Okay, so let's see. We have Jojo B here, Ben Mills Lamte, Mama Pig Farm, Ghana is here, Eve is here, Abby Anyas is here. Okay. Anyway, so let me know if you guys can hear me. Check in as you come in, so then we know who's here and stuff like that. And today, actually, it's like it's kind of like wanted to do something like a discussion. So I want you to come in and then share me your thoughts on these things because I know um, about, especially since the year of return to Ghana last year, and then the aftermath, there was this big push, a lot of big push, for people who want to reconnect, visit the continent for the first time. um, and so can you guys hear me? Can somebody just type in something? So anyway, to reconnect, also visit and all that stuff. So there's a lot of goals, a lot of plans that um, other people set, and so I want to make sure there's no distractions because that is one of the things that is going to prevent you from accomplishing the dream that you have for yourself. So anyway, so one of the things I like to talk about is I'm going to put the link here, and then you can just come in and then just then we can just take it from there. Okay. So the question is that there's a election going on in a lot of countries in the world, right? So whether in the U.S., UK, Ghana, or wherever you are, and I know with Corona, the impact of Corona, and also how the local government responded has also impacted some of the decision making, right? So my question is that if there's a change of government in your local country, would that impact the decision in terms of your plans to want to visit Africa, move, relocate, start a business, all that stuff? And so I want you to just come in and then join us, and then we can just have that discussion, okay? And so I just posted a link, so just come in and then we'll just take it from there because I'm just curious to see, it's like how that differ and stuff like that. I have an idea for myself. So when I see the next person, I'm trying to see who will be the first brave person to click on the link and come in, and then we'll just take it from there. Because I know what is going to happen. Since I'm in the U.S. right now, is that there's going to be a lot of talk about how it's going to be wonderful and how everything is going to be gravy. Especially this is from the Democratic side, and also and then what happens if Trump wins, right? Um, some people are saying, hell no. Trump wins. No, what is it going to? I mean, what is that going to change for you? What happens if Biden wins? Is that going to impact on the decision that you are going to move forward? Now, for me personally, okay, I think the goals should always be the same, regardless of temporary circumstances that you find yourself in. The goal shouldn't be conditional. The plan, you may have to alter it a little bit. For example, you wanted to move to Africa, you've lost your job now. Maybe if Biden wins, the economy might improve. You might get your job back or better, and that allows you to save some money and that is the plan. But the goal, the ultimate goal, should be the same. Okay, and so that is how I'm seeing it. Because other than that, then it becomes more reactionary, right? It becomes more reactionary, and you are just making decisions based on the circumstances we find ourselves in, which changes all the time. So it is good. It's good to just hear from your thoughts. So let me see who's here. I'll start calling names. 41K is here. Royal Kemet is here. Hope D. Thanks for joining us. And so just click on the link, and then just come in there. We'll take it from there. Because and, I'm of the thought that your dreams are realistic. They are realistic. But if you can minimize distractions, and that will be the key for our people, and stay focused. Really stay focused. It's easily, there's so many things going on social media right now, and at the end of the day, you have to look at it as like, how is that helping you move your goals forward, right? um, that is what matters, right? Because some fight are just waste of time and worthless, right? It doesn't advance your agenda. So you have to look at it from there, because we have a long way to go, to get to where we want to be, so we can help a lot of people. So we can't really, focus energy on time on a bunch of stuff. Helena also, thanks for joining us and stuff. And so one of the things too, I want you to know, we have a webinar coming up this Saturday. This Saturday, and so the 29th at noon. Join us if you want to know about what it takes to actually build and complete your house. You want to know about relocation, what is the budget looks like, how to start a business, what areas that you can go and maximize your profit and that kind of stuff. So it's an hour long. So join us, and also visit our website, royalconsultingsolutions.com, and see all the services we provide. We put this thing there to be able to help you accomplish the goals that you have. And so we also offer an individual consultation as well. Okay. So all this thing is available to you. It is your job to access these things and then use them and take advantage of them to move your goals forward. Okay. So that is why we put that in there. And so for me, what am I doing right now in terms of my goals? My goals are still the same. The plan was to, go to Ghana this summer. I wasn't able, but that is the only thing that has been altered. Other than that, I'm still focused on what I want to do, the second build and all that stuff. So can't wait to start. I have a couple of projects, exciting projects as well, that I'm working on. That I can't um, wait. So I'm looking forward for the airports to be opened, and then we'll just take it from there. And so that is for me. And then I have other things in the work. This massive project that I'm working on. Oh man, it's gonna be a game changer. It's like it's delayed a little bit, but next week we start going to testing phase. That I think will be a good opportunity for everyone as well. And so I'm taking my time to make sure it's right before I put it out there. So there's a bunch of stuff going on. Like winners always look at ideas, right? So find somebody that challenges you, and also you can share ideas with, and you respect and stuff like that. So and because at the end of the day, it's about moving life forward, and be able to live the life that you want. Okay. So join in, click. I hope the link is working. So you can click on that and then come in, and then just let me know, has your plans changed? Is it going to change and stuff like that? Because sometimes it needs to change, and sometimes you just have to do minor tweaks, and sometimes just keep it the same way. So and I think we have our first person here. I'm gonna bring him in. Okay. Uh, 41K a month. How are
Yeah, how
you?
you doing? Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you
Hello.
clear.
Yeah, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good.
Yes. So, when it comes to your question about the election holding bearings on like moving to Ghana, I feel like it shouldn't have any type of like for me personally, I would say it doesn't have any type of like it won't push me to move there or not move there. I think that when you're doing something, you always keep in mind that you have like goals in life, and so you shouldn't be pushed by one thing or the other. Obviously, certain things can make these goals go come faster or sooner. So I just think with good preparation and quality understanding of what you want to do, that you should never be knee jerking to do something that you may not be ready for financial reasons or just because of you may feel a little bit discomfort. Yeah.
So are you saying that if Biden wins and then he promises like, the moon, how everything is going to be wonderful and Trump is out of office, so everything is going to be great, that is not going to stop you from, with your plans and goals?
Yes, correct. I don't really like. But yeah, basically what I'm saying is that I already had my mind made up that I was going to leave anyway, so nothing's really going to change my mind. And I think people should have the same kind of mindset in a way that we should let things get in the way of distractions or maybe or hypotheticals that oh if this person comes to office that your quality of life is going to change. I lived in America for over 20 years, and we've seen this type of behavior before. You know, so why now? You know, President Obama was a president, and nothing really changed. So, do you think Joe Biden is really going to change your life? You got to really be careful about putting your faith or your well-being in the hands of one person or government.
That makes sense. So now, in terms of your preparation, you said eventually you want to relocate. So what are some of the things that you are doing to make that happen?
Well, I always think that before you can move somewhere, there's some basic needs that you need to have in line before you can do those things. Number one thing would be shelter. I really think it's important to have your own place to stay. Like I'm a Ghanaian, I could obviously go to Ghana to live with my family members, but I would highly advise not to do that. So number one thing for me is building a home. Number two thing for me will be having some transportation. Ghana's not cheap, and I'm not really into taking trotro. I'm like taking public service in the United States, let alone in Ghana, which is like a third world country. So I think transportation, having shelter, and number three, having a business you can rely on. A lot of people think that they can go to Ghana and live off of dirt cheap or like 500 cedis a month, but ideally that's not true. Even though the currency may be higher, 5 times then it's more than what you would pay in the United States for a simple thing like orange, for gas, electricity, water. It's always also doubled. So I think people need that in consideration and understand that Ghana is very, very expensive, more expensive than the United States, and it's continued to get even more expensive, especially in our Accra area. So I think you have to understand what you're getting yourself into and be financially stable before you're moving to Ghana. For me, I know some people that are just going to say, you know what, I'm tired of living in the United States, so I'm just going to go jump in, into Ghana and I'll figure it out. But I've seen that story before, and it's very, 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 very wrong. And most people end up coming back to the United States zero, and I just don't want to be in that boat.
So basically, what you're saying is that people should just take the time and prepare well for all the contingencies and stuff like that. So then their trip can be very successful.
Yes. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that if you're going to move to a different state, if you live in the United States of America, or anywhere, have to have certain things put in line. I don't know how many people will move from, like, for example, if you live in Florida to like DC if you don't have a job lined up. Most people wouldn't do that because there have to be a reason why they're moving there. So the same as you would do it anywhere in the United States or anywhere you live, just make sure that you have something to do that you can take care of yourself and you have quality, basically good preparation. Because Ghana is not like the United States where the government you can rely on government for assistance. That's not there. You will die in Ghana if you don't have proper care and the proper financial to do what you want to do. Because Ghana's only nice. if you have money. Once the money is gone, Ghana can be very miserable. And trust me, I'd rather be broke in the United States than be broke in Ghana any day.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Thanks for, chiming in. That's a good food for thought, so people can, take which ones they want from it and that kind of stuff. So it's good. So the next group just come in. Okay, come join us. We have 41K a month just came in and then gave us his thoughts on that. And so we want others as well, to come in. Like what he's saying basically was saying that look, it shouldn't matter. Goals are your goals, and you should stick to them and go with the plan. Other than that, it become a knee-jerk reaction. And I agree with that. So anyway, there's a bunch of people here, so just come in. G, say something. So just come in, post something. Want to hear your thoughts because there's a lot of people thinking about these things as well. And we don't want to, because I think there's a momentum, right? There's a momentum to make this trip, and sometimes when you lose that momentum, it's difficult for you to regroup and pretty much continue the journey. So take that fire, keep that fire burning, make the little adjustment here and there, but the goal must remain the same, right? Okay. And so um and so I think it's very, very, very important because we've been this road before, in politics, and I was taught this way, is that live your life in a way that it shouldn't matter who's in office. Okay, you shouldn't. Yes, depending on who is in office might help a little bit with the economy and a bunch of stuff, but you always stay disciplined. You always live below your means. You always handle your money well. You always carry yourself well. Regardless of what is going around you. Be consistent in that. And so then that is very, very important, that you become a casualty of the politics per se. And you tend to see that in more like of the developing countries, when you have there are hopes and aspirations of millions of people rely on some politician who doesn't even know you exist in the world, and what you care about is not something they do care about. So you handle your business, right? Like we say, you take care of what you need to take care of, regardless. Okay. So let's get another one to come in. Okay, Beauty Stick. Uh, I'm gonna say a while. So thanks for joining us, Kwame. Hit that link. Okay, we want to hear what you think. Is the election in UK, is it going to change anything, in terms of plans? And I know you're doing some a massive project in Ghana and all that stuff. So is that going to change? Uh, Same thing for Beauty Stick as well too. Is that going to change for you? I will post the link again, and you can just click on the link and just join me here, and then we can just we can take it from there, because I already see the momentum dropping a little bit, and with a hope and aspiration that Biden wins and in the U.S. here, and that kind of stuff. So, and I'm like, no, don't drop it, right? Don't drop it. So, anyway, so we have one person who's going to join us. I'm going to add them to the discussion. The chosen one, UK.
Hello, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, hi. Yeah, I just wanted to say basically my plans are not going to change if Boris Johnson gets voted out in 2024. I would still be coming to Ghana. It's not going to make a difference to me. It's important to stay focused and not be deterred by what's going on politically in your surroundings, because it doesn't really matter who's in power. They can promise you all sorts. As long as you've got your goals and you stay focused on your goals and driven to achieve them, that's all that matters. I don't think we should be worrying about who's in power and who isn't. If you really want to move to Africa or Ghana, then you should just go ahead and do it regardless of who's in power, because otherwise it just means that you're not really you weren't really serious in the first place.
So you're saying that no matter what happens in UK, new administration coming, the economy is doing well a little bit. We find a cure for the vaccination, and all that stuff is not going to affect your plans.
No, absolutely not, because I've got plans for what I want to do in Ghana. I've got a couple of business ideas. I know that you need to basically have several streams of income to survive in Ghana, because in England we've got the benefit system. So, like the previous caller said, like in America, basically, if you're homeless or unemployed, you can always go and sign on for benefits, and get your benefits every month or whatever it is, and even the government will even pay for your housing in England. So everything is really quite all right, if you become homeless over here or unemployed. But I know in Ghana and in Africa in general, if you don't have a job or anything like that, you're basically you could end up in a really bad way, homeless, no money, nobody to turn to. So I'm just trying to ensure that I've got several streams of income before I set out to do anything. Oh, and of course, building a house as well, Tony. Hopefully, using your services, and that's the plans that I have really for the long term. Yeah. So I think no matter what happens, if that's your goal, that's your dream to get to Ghana, then you should just focus on that and not worry about what's going on politically in the country where you are.
That is good. Thanks for coming in to give us that perspective. It was good to hear from people from the UK side as well, and also from the US. And so that was very, very good to hear that. If somebody in Asia, we want to hear what is going on in Asia or other part of the world too. But anyway, so like you said, the first two callers are saying that it shouldn't really matter. The goals are your goals, irrespective of the sudden or the minor change in politics, right? And so, but if you have another view, just come in, and then share that as well, because I know sometimes the goal stays the same, the plan might change, okay, and stuff like that. So you might have to maybe prolong that six months and say, look, I need to sort out a few things here, but sometimes it becomes necessary, and so I understand that. But the outcome, the goal that you want to accomplish eventually, should never be altered, right? Should never be altered. You should stick with that. And so let us know. So who else is there? Who's a brave soul that can join us? So we just want to hear what you think, and also you can also talk about how you are preparing for these things, because there's a lot of people want to go, and sometimes they don't know what is the step, how they need to prepare. We offer that through our consultation services and our webinar services, how you can prepare to make that trip successful, because that is what it should be about, right? Don't go from another bad situation to another worse situation or something like that. Okay, it's a waste of time, energy, and resources. So make sure if you're gonna make a transition, it's gonna work out and you're gonna succeed. And it also helps you build relationships, right? You build relationships. And so if anything happens, you can call on somebody. Hopefully, they can help you and that kind of stuff. So it's very, very important. Okay. And so let's hear any of your exit plans. Whether it's, some people are being held back because they don't have accommodation. So that some, it may be, financial hard to support themselves. Some maybe are waiting to start a business, right? They already have their house and they have those things. They just want to start a business to bring in that income, and stuff like that. So all these things we can help you through webinar and the consultation services. Okay. It looks like we have another person coming in, so we want to give more perspective. We're gonna bring him in. 2G, sir, thanks for joining us.
Mr. Tony, what's going on, Tony?
Not bad. How are you?
Doing great. The man that inspired me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Kind of got on a little late, but I mean, I guess, I'm here. So
Thanks for joining in.
thanks for having me.
So the question will be for you is: Biden wins, Trump stays in office. Would that change any plans for you with respect to what you want to do in Ghana, and your goals and stuff? Would that alter anything?
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, I don't know, but it kind of, I just don't understand how people can live and depend on the government, especially when the history behind it, it's nothing going to change. There's nothing going to change, man, especially in America. I mean, you already know, once you're black, man, you got to accept it or just relocate. That's it. So, not at all. Not at all. I mean, Ghana is definitely the future. I mean, we all actually can see what's going on right now with America and the world. And I'm telling you right now, even the kids in the village are a lot safer than we are. The way people are dying out here. So not at all. Not at all. It shouldn't change your plans. It shouldn't change your goals. It should actually motivate you to even go harder. Because I mean, they're just gonna come sell you dreams. In another 4 years, you might end up in the same boat. That's it. So you definitely need a bigger plan, bigger picture, man.
So it looks like you've seen this before, right?
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, come on, man. With 25 years in America, yeah, I'm young, but I mean, shoot, I moved here when I was what, 12, and I've seen it, and I've had best of both worlds, and you definitely need a backup plan. You definitely need a backup plan. I mean, yes, America's great, but America's great to serve people. And no matter what you do, you always got to double your effort. And it's just not. You just got to go where you accept it, where you can find your peace of mind, and I think Ghana's where it's at, and that's where the future lies.
I agree. Thank you, 2Gs, for stopping in. We have another
Anytime, boss.
gentleman that he's gonna join us, and so Kwame, welcome. I think your mic is mute. So Kwame is joining us, and it would be nice to hear where it's coming from. So Kwame, if you can hear me, your mic is mute, and stuff like that. So anyway, like 2J said, right? They will sell you another dream again, and so we've been here before, right? We've been here before. How's everything is going to be great. Kwame is joining us, and it would be nice to hear where it's coming from. So Kwame,
Can you hear me?
yeah, just mute your YouTube on that side. Anyway, like you just said, right? They sell you another dream again, and so we've been here before, right? Looks like Kwame is having a party at the house. Yeah, just mute your YouTube on that side. Like you just said, right? Kwame, can you mute me on YouTube and then you can just talk? Okay, so let's add another man here to join us. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. How are you, sir?
I think I know you 1 or 3 times. How are you? Welcome to join us.
Thank you very much. Very important discussion. Well, I listened to the 3 other callers made very important points. But it's not going to be a good scenario if all you're waiting for is somebody to be voted out of office for you to determine whether you do A or B. I think that you should have a very solid plan, and we should be our own leaders. We should be our own leaders in our own rights. Our master plan should never change. So you're only your own leader. You buy your own land. You build your own house. You control your own source of water. You control your own source of power. Your source of transportation, means of transportation. Sorry, so that you're not dependent on anybody. You're not dependent on whether Nana Akufo-Addo stays in power or John Mahama comes to power or Trump stays in power. You have your blueprint, you have your master plan, and this is what you're going by. We should take away the fear of having an African plan. It's like, When I go, I'm not going to get a job. I'm not work with somebody who can help you. Work with people who can give you good information, who can direct you into the right places, so that you can achieve these goals. Is a very sad scenario if you're waiting for Biden to be president. No, nothing's going to change. The KKK in the police are not all of a sudden going to vanish because Biden changed some few laws here and there. It's still going to continue, So this is what we're supposed to be doing, man. We should team up, get the right people to work with, and continue with the master plan. Don't let it change.
So you're saying no matter what Biden promises, I know if Trump still wins, I kind of know what people try to do, but if Biden comes in, no matter what he's selling and what is he's proposing, is not going to influence your decisions. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think if Biden wins, when you talk about racism, you're talking about police brutality against Black people. I think it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. I mean, the far right is going to be angry. They're going to be mad. The KKK and the police, they're going to be mad. And things, it's not going to change. It's not going to change. I'm not going to be a doomsday prophet, but I mean, as I'm saying, it's crazy for you to think that things are going to change for the better if Biden wins, and then you put away your plan to go back home and to build something better for yourself and to build some future for your children. That is not a good scenario, no matter what.
Thank you for joining us, Nanaya, for hearing your perspective as well.
Okay.
We wanted some callers to to join us as well. So anyway, so like you said, the guests, it looks all the guests are saying the same thing, that the blueprint, the master plan should always remain intact, irrespective of the immediate circumstances you find yourself in. And that is where discipline comes in, right? And so that is why we believe in discipline, because you can't be waving, you can't be you can't be like a butterfly, just just goes where the wind blows, right? You gotta have you have to be a big formidable tree with a deep top roots all the way into the ground. So you may swing, but you never break. Okay. And so I'm going to give ourselves maybe another 4 or 5 minutes, and if nobody comes in, then we're gonna call it a day. And stuff like that. So because like we said, what I'm doing is I'm also building my network of serious like-minded people, right? Because we want to do something major in Ghana. And so I'm vetting I'm vetting, and we're building that relationship, because we trying to change certain things and stuff like that. So surround yourself with people that push you, right? And motivate you and inspire you, and have you reach beyond the stars. Okay. And so it looks like Kwame is back. Hopefully this time he's not doing a party. Let me add Kwame to it. Kwame, how are you? Can you hear me, Kwame? Kwame, are you there? Can you hear me, Kwame?
Yeah. Hello, Double A. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. I can hear you.
Double A, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Kwame. Go ahead. I can hear you. Can you hear me, Kwame? It's kind of like the phone commercial. Can you hear me? That kind of stuff.
Hello, Double A, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. I'll give you the. I agree with what everyone has said so far. I apologize about all the hiccups. I agree with what everyone said so far. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. I was saying I agree with what everyone said so far.
Can you mute? There's a delay, so can you mute your side? You know, just mute your YouTube and just talk.
So I think we just need to have a plan. We just need to have a plan as Africans, and no matter what Biden or Boris Johnson or any of these people say or do, we just need to have a clear plan. Africa's the future. Yeah? Without Africa being fully functioning, as a race, we'll be finished. That's what I got to say.
I agree. I agree. So what you're saying, whether Boris Johnson wins or he's removed, that is not going to change anything for you, correct?
Say or do. We need to have a clear plan. Africa's the future. Yeah? Without Africa being fully functioning, as a race, we'll be finished. That's what I got to say.
I agree. I agree. So what you're saying, whether Boris Johnson wins or he's removed, that is not. So there's a delay and it's recording. So Kwame, I'm gonna remove you because it's echoing. Okay, we'll talk. Thank you for joining. So guys, like you said, all the callers pretty much keep you on the same message, right? Is that the master plan stays regardless, right? Regardless of anything that happens, right? The master plan stays. And so I agree with that. You should not be playing with that kind of stuff. Okay. So it's about you making sure your goals is solid and it can withstand any temporary setback. Okay. So anyway, we're gonna wrap it up. It's what in the 30, almost the 38-minute mark. Thank you for joining this discussion. I plan to have a series of a couple of things so that you guys can share your perspective because no one person holds all the good ideas and knows everything. And so it's a community, and Africa is always a community. Right through that, we learn from each one, and so everybody can contribute. And so anyway, thank you for taking the time to stop by and plugging in. You know how to find me. Send me an email if you have questions and stuff like that. Don't forget, we have a webinar on the 29th, Saturday, coming up a week from today. Join in. I'm only accepting 5 people. And so we can talk about everything that you have, okay, and stuff like that. And also, thank you. I appreciate you very much.